Could be my new project camper. It won't be a camper when I'm done. I'm going to try my hand at building a tiny home. There's Lady Z. And as always, we have Miss Cammy dragging us along everywhere. Alright, we'll see tomorrow. I meet with the salesman. Hopefully that piece of junk there will be mine. Beep, beep, meow. Hey everybody, Troy from Jerry Actor Trippin'. I know I haven't been on much. I decided to take on a project of my own. Yep, I bought it. I bought pretty much a trashed pop-up camper. As you can see, I'm taking it apart. Well, here's the thing. This RV is trashed. I mean, totally. You might salvage a stove and hardware. Everything else, water got to it at some point. So, anyway, their original listing had this really bad looking RV listed for $49.95. Okay? Then they had a red tag clearance sale. The red tag clearance price was $411. This trailer's junk. I'm telling you, it needs everything. It needs everything. I was surprised that the cable system actually still works to lift it. And there's a fairly new propane tank on the front. So anyway, they had it listed for $411. I offered $250 just because I want the frame and a Pennsylvania title. That way, it's all legit for the road and I own it. But now here's the story. I offered $250 and they pulled the old, I gotta go talk to my manager about it. So he disappears for a while and he comes back. He goes, we'll do $295. I said, great. $300 is about what I expected to pay. Maybe a little more just for a frame with a title. But then he comes back, tells me, shows me the breakdown on a price sheet now. I'm going to buy it. He's coming up with the invoice. And it was, normal tax, tags, and title. And then there was a $431 fee for paperwork. So I paid for it once in the itemized listing, under tax, paid the tax. I paid the title transfer fee and the new registration for Pennsylvania tags. But on top of that, they wanted to charge me another $431. It was going to cost me well over $700 till I was said and done. Well over. Let me think here. $431. We'll say $300. That's $731. And then once there's sales tax on top of that yet on the itemized list. I was like, no way, you're out of your mind. This is an RV dealership. I said it loud enough everybody in there heard me. Half the offices were empty, but anyway. He goes, well, hold on. Maybe we can work a deal. Let me go back and talk to my manager. And we got the manager bullshit. So he goes back, supposedly talks to his manager, comes out with a price of $600. That's everything. Tax, tags, title, the whole 9 yards out the door. I said, great. I'll take it. Knowing full well, I was going to spend a little more for a nice trailer, nice frame. This happened to be the long one with the cargo box in front. But I'm parked at my buddy's house. He has a 92 G20. And my G20 is right in front of his. I've been mooch docking while I work in this project. But anyway, this cost me $600 out the door. I'm telling you people, you gotta watch out for these dealers. Car dealers ain't no better. You know, you might as well go to a freaking used car lot. There, you just know right out of the bat they're going to rip you off with a bad car. Yeah. If you guys are out there buying these new campers, paying outrageous prices, and finding they have issues, why are you still buying those? Anyway. Alright, I'm sorry. That was my little rant. I got this piece of crap camper. I'm stripping it to the frame, and we're going to go from there, folks. Alright, and there's Cammy. And she says, have a geriatric tripping day, don't you, Cammy? Yes, you do. You say, have a geriatric tripping day. Alright, I'm Troy. I am for real geriatric tripping. Ooh, there's goodies in here. You know what? Never know what you're buying. Ain't that something? Whoop, whoop. Well, this is my first day of real progress on this thing. It really isn't much worth salvaging. I was looking and looking. You know, even the dinette slide. It's all shot. I can't believe the crap that they build these with and how shitty they build them. Look at that. Twisting that around. Mostly everything is cheap shit particle board. So, as soon as it gets wet, you know, from your kids spilling a drink or from the weather or whatever, a leak, it's done for. And if anybody knows this OSB, the more you walk on it, the more it cracks apart too. I just can't believe how shitty they build this stuff and what they charge at the dealership. You know, for a new one. It's ridiculous. No wonder they say, oh, they're only used to go out camping a couple times a year. They're not made to live in. Well, they got that right. This thing will be falling apart within a month. And I've seen pop-ups. $35,000, $40,000. $40,000 for fucking particle board bullshit vinyl floor. Yeah, well. It is what it is. So, tearing this thing apart. There wasn't nothing really worth saving other than hardware. Thank you for watching. And here's my little Cammy girl. See you in the next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye.